So I think with 60 million crossed, it is time for us to try and take over another company. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Rise of Industry with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautiful industrial empire out here in Panowitz. As you can see, there's a lot of red around, and I hope that that is not a bad indication, because I do not remember all these red icons at the end of the last episode, so we are, for the time being, just going to assume that all is fine and our industry has not exploded in between save files. But we're doing quite well in this very playthrough. You will be able to see at the very bottom in the left corner that we're nearly at a balance of 36 million bucks after a few episodes of, you know, optimizing logistics costs, making sure everything's running smoothly, making sure to take all the good contracts and grab them and make some money off of those, and just saving money instead of reinvesting into new businesses for a while. And that is honestly quite nice for us, because if we do have a look up here at Waterworth specifically, you will be able to spot that Waterworth is currently worth 48 million bucks. So we are only about 12 million out from affording the buy price in cash alone, which, well, of course, doesn't mean that we can just buy them up like that. As far as I know, the stocks actually gain value when you start buying them. But it does mean that we are very close to actually being able to afford them, because at the end of the day, you know, we will be able to take on some extra loans as well to cover the rest of our overheads. We really only have one significant loan here remaining that we need to pay off, that we actually pay an interest for, which is going to be gone in 22 months. And, well, the same deal actually to our starter loan. So at that point, we won't even have any more monthly payments remaining for these, and we will be able to take on even more loans. So we should be very nicely able to finally, hopefully, take over our first competitor this episode. And I am very much looking forward to that. So the plan today is going to be to go through the game quite quickly in order to go and make those extra bits of money required. Look at, of course, optimization potentials. Look at maybe already potential for future business, but I guess that will also be pending a bit what technologies we may be getting from taking over Waterworth, and, you know, what optimization needs there are in the areas owned by them, which I think is Crotchville down here. I think Thornstetten is owned by them as well. Yeah, you can see the yellow line. So that one's owned by them as well. This one I think is theirs too. So you can see, well, maybe you cannot see because it's not a yellow area. Where's the cutover? Right here. I'm not quite sure. How do you tell who owns what? I am also not sure. Hamlet Rural, Benzenweiler. Well, this one should be theirs, right? I have got no idea in the world. But we will find out, you know, when we hopefully get to taking them over. And you can definitely see that this area up here may potentially be theirs as well. Which I think it actually is. I do remember the permit auction and we did not get it, so maybe theirs as well. So we will be getting a good bunch of areas, which should be very nice, and hopefully some new technology, definitely some new warehouses and everything else. So that's the plan right there, definitely, and that's what we're going to go for today. But if you do enjoy that, if you do enjoy this very episode as well, of course, make sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button right down below. We'd really appreciate that a ton. Quite a small channel still around here, honestly, and every single person just helps us so much in achieving the next big goal, which is 1,000 subscribers, a truly big one. So thank you so much if you did that. But without further ado, let's go, and before I actually get time playing, look at this. That's something I actually saw here. We've got the state buy-in. The state is in desperate need for raw resource for a future product. Sell while you can. So that may actually be worth a consideration, especially since I was thinking we may have some overhangs in some specific produce. Now, not as necessarily this, but I think in dye we had some sort of overhang, if I remember correctly, and you can see that that is actually the case. Now, the question is kind of a bit, how do we do this state sellout? You can see here. Well, I do just then. I don't know. If you need to buy... Oh, so you can buy raw resources from the state? I had no idea that you could actually buy them. Well, that's good to know, but we kind of want to sell. And I guess it's the global market that we would be selling to? I think so. What would we get for dye here? Well, maybe we compare to some other products first that we actually sell on the open market to see just how profitable this extra 50% stuff may or may not be for us at the end of the day. So if we do have a look here, I mean, it's still not great, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. So I would like to do it, I have to say. The question is also, I guess, how do we do it most efficiently? I would argue that the best way is to ferry it over to Warehouse 1 first and then let individual trucks go across the border, which I think they're going to go right here. Just, you know, to save ourselves some logistic costs. And Jesus Christ, those saplings that we've planted have actually grown quite well. Look at the amount of trees down here. That is very insane. Look at the low amount of trees out here, though. Jesus Christ. That pollution's really not done well for the area, has it? But in good news, more or less, it hasn't reached our fields yet, so that's nice and quite important, I would argue. But while we get time playing at least slowly, let's go ahead and maybe set this stuff up. So, I would go and say we take the die and we choose Warehouse 1 as our destination. Now we need to actually pause before the warehouse just starts sending stuff. So I would say the minimum kept we set quite high still. I would say like about 20, so we do have a good amount, but the rest can go because, you know, we do have overheads from this production anyways. As I said, we don't want to go and drain too much though, because we do want to keep our core productions going. So that can go to Warehouse 1, and then from Warehouse 1, I mean, we can keep it for the future until we actually need the die, to be honest. I mean, it's free money that we can make, so why in the world not? A tier 1 product, at the end of the day, is going to get us some amount of money. Even if it's maybe not that much, but every single bit counts, and the faster we go, the better at the end of the day, I would say. Now, the question is, though, how in the world do we actually do a state export here? That's the one bit that I'm absolutely unsure about. So... oh, here, state. Okay, there we go. So this is how we do it. So you can see the line is actually going there now, but that's the way that we do it, I guess. And we will use a standard warehouse. Vehicle capacity 3. It actually tells me vehicle capacity 3 here for the Toy Story factories and stuff as well, though, which can't really be right? Yeah, you can see that they only carry like 1 unit every time, so unless... well, the thing is, you know, I would tell them to carry multiple units, but that will probably lead to temporary shortages in the production every now and again, because in some of these things we're matching quite closely the required input with the actual output, so we probably don't want to be messing too many things up there. But at the very least, we're selling out the die, and I think we're going to keep going around just to see where we maybe have some other overhead products. You can see just how much is now flowing out in terms of die, which is very nice. And exporter, well, I'm not sure you actually see my achievement. You apparently don't, but I got it's a Steam achievement right there, so that's nice. And we're going to get some nice extra money from that. You can see 38 million now, doing a nice little jump there in cash flow as well, so that is beautiful. And apparently some Toy Stories, actually. Oh, no, wait. Destination is full. Oh, my God! Okay, so it appears that the toy store here is not actually able to keep up with the amount of stuff we're throwing at it. You can see the demands are, generally speaking, a little lower. So I guess we will have to start exporting some stuff, because I don't think there's any toy stores in any other places, to be honest. And the game just had a massive hiccup there. I was a bit worried that we may have crashed, but we didn't. Generally speaking, though, you can see, if we have a look up here as well, yeah, there's no other toy stores in the region. So we will actually have to start exporting some of this stuff, which is a little annoying because, you know, it's not ideal in terms of profitability, but at the end of the day, I guess it's the same deal as with the other products. We may as well rather make some level of extra money here than just losing, well, not losing money, but like producing stuff and then filling up the destination storage and not being able to use our full capacity. So technically, I guess it is losing rather money. So we're going to go set up the state as well, but we're going to do a rather high minimum kept here. Also have 25 units. I guess that should fill the toy store for absolute ages. And then we're going to go do the same for whatever else it was that we have. I guess it's tier 1 products, right? We would have the toy furniture. So we're going to go and choose the state for that as well. At least, you know, the prices are at a very high point currently, so that's a very good opportunity. Well, yeah, I mean, all the die that we actually deliver here can go out, so that configuration makes sense because we're already keeping the amount of dies needed, or die needed, rather, in the other warehouse, so that's totally fine. But there you go, the teddy bears and the toy furniture, and we're going to go do the same for the wooden train, because why in the world not, I guess, and that is also going to be set to a rather high minimum kept amount right there. And that means that we should be making even more money, and we are going to go and empty up those destination storages a bit so those factories can continue producing high amounts. Now this here is quite interesting because we're meant to deliver paper rolls to Kochsfeld. So, I mean, it's a bunch, but I'll happily take it. Let's go and see if we will get it. I very much hope so, of course, because all these contracts are always very nice and profitable. And boop, there we go. 48 paper rolls to Kochsfeld. So we're going to go and handle that logistics bit basically as we did the last time. And oh no. Oh no. Did we forget? No, this is still... Okay, this should be fine. In fact, maybe it's not fine, because... Why do we have 74 units of heavy pulp here? Uh-oh. Why is this not transporting out properly? Oh, I turned off the destination slot and I never turned it back on. We never turned it back on when we were done with a contract. Oh, what a... Oh, no. Okay. Well, that should be going out again, so that's nice. That said, this warehouse here is also quite overloaded, I have to say, with paper. So, well, you know, when that gets full, we'll probably have to do some export there as well. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're so overfulfilling absolutely everything. Well, in fact, no, we've got clothing stores down here, but nothing else. Ooh! We could actually be moving the dye out to here instead. That would be a whole lot more profitable than exporting to the state, wouldn't it? Let me go and have a look at the export prices, especially with those 50% on top. Yeah. Okay, so we do, in fact, actually want to change this here. We are going to go and change this destination. Hello? Or we are just going to go close the window somehow. We're going to go change this destination to Warehouse 7 here. That way, you know, that's all going to move over there now. And then we actually... This clothing store, by the way, I think it's rather new. So that's an interesting one. But we should probably already have an auto-delivery going here. We do indeed. So that's all going to work out nicely for us. And then that's going to make us some more money. Now, the part that we were actually here for, though, was setting up the destinations in this DW warehouse, which is still called a random name because I accidentally renamed it at some point. But what we're going to do is we're going to go choose destination. We're going to go and grab, of course, well, it should be a tier 1 product. It is. We're going to go grab paper rolls, and it's going to go to warehouse 7 right there. Going to try and just leave both the destinations up for the time being. We're going to see what happens, I guess. We're going to go send full units, of course. That's actually something that I also need to change up here. I kind of want to only send full trucks in this, right? Not like one at a time. That's kind of unprofitable. And we do actually want to send full trains with a thingy-majig there too. So, you know, doing some optimization work there, I guess. And then, do we potentially even have like... Yeah, we do. Okay, this is also already on full unit, so that's all quite fine, I would argue, but this bit was quite important. And then the warehouse 7 here is going to go, and does it have an auto destination already in there, actually? No, it doesn't get auto destinations from like what the city requires, I guess. So we do need to set that up. We will go and grab the paper rolls here, and we're going to go and set that to the town centre. And then, you know, we'll just have to jump in time again to make sure there's not too many paper rolls flowing over there and we have, like, extra stuff that we need to move back. Because, you know, that's wildly inefficient and we do not like inefficiency over here. And Jesus Christ, that is a lot of trucks indeed. Holy moly. But we're going to go and continue making money. A lot of paper rolls already delivered over, I have to say. But I guess we already still had, like, 11 in stock, so that probably adds to the topic. It's all going to keep being delivered though, and wow, we are making some good amounts of money, I would say. Very, very happy with that overall. There is one gameplay alert, which is just that we won the contract, so that's quite fine. You can see that, I mean, in terms of time, we're doing very, very fine on that too, so not a single bit worried about that right there. We're going to work on executing the contract, and in the meanwhile, not in the meanwhile, I think we're actually going to wait for a quick second to make sure that we get close to this, and then we swap over, and then afterwards, is this already a full truck? It is, and we just delivered like 3 towers here as well, didn't we? Well, I guess maybe that already went out, so that's like, it's already 39, so we're going to go swap this over. Just going to go to Kochsfeld now, the town centre itself, so they can deliver the last bits individually. Oh, well, I mean, it's kind of a bit of an issue that that guy's now invisible and moving back and everything. Well, that is what it is at this point, I guess. That's just going to continue working like that, and then we don't have to worry about this anymore. Now, what we are going to do in the meanwhile here, while we're earning all these beautiful bits of money, is we're actually going to go have a little look-see in terms of where we may need to actually export some of our wares in order to, you know, use actually every bit of production capacity that we have. Now, this warehouse here is actually a good question, because, I mean, technically, Jesus Christ. Okay, yes, we need to definitely export some of the heavy pulp, I would argue. That said, I mean, we did have some overhangs there in capacity as well, but I do want to try it, so... Ooh. Oh, contract complete. That's nice. Wow! So there we are. It's not even close to the end of the episode. We've got 50 million bucks already. We're going to keep things going for a little longer, though, because I do want to make sure that we've got some nice overheads, so we don't necessarily have to take out huge amounts of loans to actually complete our takeover effort. Especially, you know, considering that there's also like a good bunch of months still left on these loans that we have right here. And, you know, maybe we're going to pay this one off so we're not paying any more interest, especially. And, you know, that's going to also lower the paybacks that we have, so we're going to get more money in return, and it's totally fine. Now, this one right here is an interesting one. But it's like freaking far away. 51 die to Banzenweil. I'm not sure we can match that need, to be honest. December 20th, year. Okay, so we would have a full year. But, like, considering that we need to literally transport this stuff all the way across the map. No, I don't think we're going to take that. Sorry. I would love to, but it's just too far away. I think in terms of logistics cost, it is not going to go and give us any sort of benefit. It's probably even going to earn us less than just selling out to Kochsfeld here. So, you know, we're going to go with that. But with that said, the question now is I would like to go and, yeah, look at exporting heavy pulp. So I think we're going to do this the same way. We're going to move it to Warehouse 1 first, just to save on a little bit of logistics costs, and then we're going to go and move on from there. So, Warehouse 1, we will go and set min kept of 25, like we did with pretty much all the other goods. That's going to go get moved over to Warehouse 1, and then Warehouse 1, we're going to go and set a destination. Jesus Christ, I mean, there's a lot of exports connections on this thing at this point, so I'm really a bit worried, I have to say. You know, we already had quite the overload here before, so we really need to watch out not to overload this warehouse like madmen again. We're going to go and sell all this stuff out to the state then, basically, and that's also the heavy pulp then being exported, at least in some decent amounts, not fully, of course, but when we do have overhangs, we do have that export at least set up, so that is quite nice indeed, I would argue. Now, we are at 47 units of water, so I will be turning this water well back on. I was a bit worried there for a second that we may be, like, super low and out or something, but totally not. In any case, though, we will make sure to get this thing back up and running. And yeah, I mean, that's something we definitely want. We've got so insane logistics cost. We can actually, in fact, already look. 450 grand last month, right? We get this for 22 months, so we can very quickly see just how much the value is. right? 450 grand we paid last month for logistics cost. Now it's, of course, a bidding war because everyone wants that. It's a bit difficult to tell also at the end of the day, I guess, what is kind of worth it. Ooh, you've applied for a grant to allow you to research into new products and production methods? Grant 1 mil. Wait, what? We just got 1 mil for free. I'm not going to say no to that. That's beautiful. Okay, there we go. So, 32% for 22 months. And what I now really want to see with you guys is how much that lowers our logistics cost by, right? We had a reference month of 450k. Now, this month is already kind of half past, so we can't fully look at that. And we just paid 300k for that thing as well, so it didn't come free. We already saved 100 grand last month. We just saved 100 grand last month on that discount for something we paid 300k for 22 months. And that wasn't even a full month that we saved for. I really want to see what's going to come out of this one now. Oh my god, the month is almost over. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that is like the best thing ever. We just saved 150k a month for 22 months at the price of 300 grand. Like, that is so much money right there. That is insane. Like, we just saved 2.3 million bucks over the course of 2 years by paying 300k. I am so having that one. That is beautiful. I love it. Even more profit for us, and we're at 52 million bucks. Things could not be going better here for us at all. Now, we do have that contract, and that's actually an interesting one, because I don't think we have enough overhang here in terms of, like, do we have any light fabric at all, in fact? Where's the light fabric going? Okay, it's going right into the warehouse. So are we short? Oh, we totally are short, aren't we? Or is that thing it's all producing? Are we short at all? We didn't go for the contract, evidently, because we don't have any light fabric, but I'm a bit worried that we may be short. Maybe it's just like a perfect match as well. I don't know. We are getting 4 units of light fabric every 30 days. And we're using just that. Okay, so it must be just an exact match, and that's why the warehouse is pretty much permanently empty, which is fine. There is a drop in the plastic price, which is totally fine, and, well, otherwise, you know, we're just swimming in money, which is beautiful. I'm not complaining about that one at all. I mean, look at our profits. 1.4 million in 1 month. 1.16 million in the next month. I can very much live with that, I would say. Honestly, it's beautiful. So, I would say that we're going to keep going maybe to like 60 mil, which should be a realistic target for the end of the episode, and then we'll go and try and take over Waterworth. I'm really interested to see if we can make it. They are gaining a bit of value, but we are at the same time making 15 times the cash that they are gaining in value. So, let's see. I guess. I'm really stoked to see what's going to happen. Now, what I do want to look around for in the meanwhile is just to see if we have any on-top stuff that we can sell. And in fact, I think we've covered everything. We do have a bit of water here and there, of course. Which, speaking of water, is probably going to be full again soon. What's that? Fashion trend. Okay, it's like clothes and textile factory demand. Does that mean textile factories cost more? No. Not quite sure what a textile factory demand is, to be honest. There's fireworks again. Oh, it's not a new year. It's June. It's not January. I've really got no clue why there's fireworks here all the time. I cannot tell you. Maybe it's like the AI expanding some cities or something? I mean, Webams does seem a little bigger than it used to be. I've got no clue. No idea whatsoever. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But otherwise, you know, this warehouse is covered. There's no overproduction here either. All this stuff, I think we're pretty much now exporting the overheads as well. So that's nice. And there is a destination. Oh yeah, right. The water well. We can switch that off again. So we're going to go do that. That is, if we actually manage to click it, and there we go. And there's another contract, and it's light fabric again. I am not liking that. I don't have any overheads there. Come on, game. Give me the good contracts, please. Only the good ones. Okay. Well, that's nice. It's beautiful. I am honestly quite happy with that, and I think we are now in a very good position. Well, actually, in fact, I mean they've gained 2 million value, but if you look at our headquarters here, what loans can we take out at this point? You know, easily 20 million bucks here, which is going to be something I think that we can rather comfortably pay off. Like, the ones that we currently have, well, the one that we have, was like 10 million bucks, and I guess, I mean, honestly, that should be very, very doable. So, I think, with 60 million crossed, it is time for us to try and take over another company. I am very, very stoked for that. And we are, first things first, gonna go and save the game right here. Right? Just in case. You know, you never know what goes wrong with this stuff, and maybe the company's all of a sudden gonna start costing us like 100 mil or something. So, don't want to overdo it. And we're gonna go and give this a try, shall we? I'm a little bit anxious to what's gonna happen. But we're going to go get it going. I don't want to leave you guys hanging till next episode. So we're going to click. Oh my god, that just jumped by 6 million bucks. That just jumped by a whole lot more. It's so expensive. We want to buy it all, but we can't. Okay, so we're like a few million out. I'm not sure if I like get to get any of their profit now or anything, to be honest. I would love to. I really want to. But I'm not sure that's the way that works, to be honest. So, I mean, those stocks are worth a huge ton of money now. Because, you know, high demand, low supply and everything. But we don't quite have them. We do not quite own Waterworth. Now, I'm tempted to just say whatever, and Jesus Christ, mine's 55 million, by the way. I'm really tempted to just say whatever and go take out a loan, but honestly, at the same time, we're making so much money that I'm thinking we may as well go and finish that takeover with our own money in the next episode. That said, these prices are going up like crazy. Are they? 9.71. What's happening? Is it still moving? Maybe not. Okay, I was worried there for a second, but I think what we can say and do is that we're not going to go take the fabric contracts because we don't have any fabric. And what we're also going to say and do is that we are going to go and continue earning money like no tomorrow. We're just going to... We're not going to go take on a loan. And... I mean, Waterworth can go take on a loan. I'll let them bid happily and lose some value over that. But, what we are going to do is I'm going to go make more money. We're going to go make more money, and we are going to go finish that takeover in the next episode. So quite happy, honestly, with how far we've gotten. I mean, we're nearly making we're making quite a constant profit of about 1.4 million bucks a month, which is beautiful. We have nearly taken over Waterworth. There's like 20 million in investments remaining, what you can see. And we're almost there as we go and invest another time. And there's only one stock remaining till we own the company. And we're going to go finish off that takeover in the next episode. And then I guess it's pretty much time to see what new technologies we're getting from them, first things first. And secondly, what kind of new industry we're getting from them and what we need to optimize there, what we can build on top of that. We're going to go into that in the next episode. And then, we're just going to optimize away, try and make more money off of the business that Waterworth brings and see what cool stuff we can make happen there, and all the while try and accumulate even more money, of course, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is going to have to be to take over Parts Corporation as well. So, very much looking forward to that. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, though. If you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all those things out of the way, though, as usual, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.